Hello, friends. It's October, and in the Modern Ragdoll membership, we are making the second doll in our set this month, the Adam doll. And I have apples everywhere because it is feeling very autumn and fall, and we are going to have all kinds of fun with this doll. All right, so today we want to talk about what is the Adam doll, what are his special features, what can we do to embellish him, change him, and then also I want to come back to the sew a story technique that we use in our modern ragdoll making and show you a tip and trick to close this doll. So that's what I want to teach you here today. So a couple things to know is if you are new here or if you've been here a while, make sure you download the pattern this month. The patterns are available this month. The pattern that is available this month is the Adam doll. It's the Adam doll, like both sides. Look at his cute little sandals and everything else, along with a jumper that goes with him that has all embroidery leaves on the front and back as well. So you'll want to download him, plus while he's available, the month of October. And then you'll download, this is always available, is the gift card, the gift tags. And these are ones special for Adam. So they are just adorable little apples. This doll was made with love. Hello, I'm Adam. Take care of me and I'll be your friend. And then there's a couple ones that have blank as well. These are great for play, but they're also really great for gift giving as well. We are going to talk about how to close this doll up and then anything else that you might want to do with him. But this is the sew a story technique. So if you are new here, I'd highly suggest you go back and watch a couple of the videos on how we assemble dolls in the hoop. This is a sew a story copywritten technique that you do to have the doll open at the bottom with all of the regular sized limbs and arms, and everything comes out and it turns from the base. I'm going to drop the camera down and get ready. But before we begin, a few things you'll want to get started is you'll want to have your doll pretty much ready to assemble. And I'm just using some nice cotton thread here to match. I have it double threaded and knotted here with actually quite a small needle so I can have lots of control. All right, let's get started.
All right, so let's begin. I just wanted to show you these cute little stuffed apples that I have here. These are over at the Sew a Story. These are a sewing pattern, but they are over at the Sew a Story shop, and they make a really fun prop for these two. These are the Adam instructions here on things you can do, and here are those little gift tags. All right. So we've got Adam sewn and he's been stuffed. Let me just pull this pin out. Now, normally when you're done stuffing, it kind of has this loop like this. It sort of sticks out at the front and sticks out at the back, which is how we want it to be. It's kind of, this is the technique that we have. Okay, so it looks like this. There is this extra sturdy line here for two reasons. Number one, so you know where to fold. And number two, to give extra stability to those legs so that when little hands are playing with them or even as you're stuffing, that they are nice and sturdy. So you can see that I put my fingers in here and I kind of pull it really, really tight like this. And then I'm going to pinch this closed. You can see how nicely that seam matches up with the back. And so I usually just take a pin here and grab it and close it up. Now you can take a couple more pins and close it up as you want to. If you want here, it's completely up to you. And then I actually stitch from the back side. So what I love about this finishing technique is that you get a really strong, sturdy leg. You get a perfect finish at the front because that's where the seam is. So you get a perfect finish right there. And then we're going to hand stitch from the back. So you can see how nicely it's closed in at both sides. And I have my needle threaded and it's double threaded and knotted. So I'm going to fish it in from one side and push it through. Let's move a few things out of the way here. And let's take a little closer look. All right. So I'm going to do a nice ladder stitch up one side here. And then you're going to ladder across. Oops, got it a little long. What you're going to do is go in one side, ladder, in one side, and ladder. All right, then it's going to just pull those nice and tight. I'm going to go right into the leg. And one more here. Okay, now you're going to continue to do your ladder stitch, but this time you're going to do it as the leg drops down. So you can see here, I'm going to come really close, that there's that seam in that leg. Again, remember I told you that that's like your guiding mark. You want to make sure you grab and go over here. So you're going to hide that seam in. And again, I'm going to ladder over here. And keep pulling it in. Now, you can do this depending on, you know, we are recommending that this doll, or we're calling it, we're calling this doll heirloom quality doll. So that's meant as a shelf sitter. If you are using this as a toy, you need to be careful of obviously choking hazards and everything else. But depending on the use and the wear of this doll and how it's going to be, then you might decide to do a second ladder stitch over again. So you might decide to go this way and then come back again. I've even seen people use, believe it or not, a dental floss for stitching because it's extremely strong. So those are all some options here, but I'm just giving you this really gorgeous closure. Look how nice that's turning out. And again, come through here. And all the way along. Once I've done the one leg, then you're going to just want to make sure that this center is adhered to from the front and back. Because remember, you've got this nice and strong at the front here. So I'm going to do a couple of stitches. Let me just make sure that you can see a couple of stitches right at the edge of the leg to make sure that we've caught it here. And one more. You might even want to knot it. That is completely up to you if you want to put a little knot in there just to hold that work that you have already. Okay, I'm going to take this pin out right here, and then I'm going to do tiny little ladder stitches through the center just to keep it going smooth. You can push the leg down so it's out of your way. And grab. Now, of course, you can always use a matching thread color. If your stitches are tight enough, then you will have, they'll be hidden because it is a ladder stitch, but it's completely up to you. Now, it's up to you again if you want to hold that closed and do a knot here again. Sometimes I like to do that just so that that center stays really, really tight. I just give myself a little anchor. Good. And then I'm going to go back to the back side here again and continue with the same ladder stitch that we did on the other side. Pull this pin out and you are almost there. Oh, it keeps, he wants to help me with his little hand. So you just come in through it like this, and then grab a little bit of fabric there, and you just keep pulling and working your way. A few more stitches. Now you can see how this is kind of pulled apart a little bit here. It's not really pulling apart, it's just they're a little bit bigger because of all of the torque that's happening. So I'm actually going to reinforce and go over it again to just So I'm going to go through both layers of green, and then I'm going to come here and just close that up, just so that it doesn't have any kind of pull or anything, and also just to hide those stitches. And one more. You can put it through a knot again. Good. And then one thing when I finish it, I do a couple times, I do a knot, one, maybe two.
So thank you so much for being here today. I hope you had fun learning and perfecting your skills on closing a doll by hand. And I can't wait to see your Adam and Eve dolls complete with all of their cute clothing and details. And if you're ever missing a doll pattern that you wish to have and you are inside the Modern Ragdoll membership, just head over to our exclusive doll shop where you can find all of our past doll patterns, always for our members at 50% off. So you can go in there and gather up your past doll patterns and get stitching right away. So I cannot wait to see what you create this month. See you soon.